What's happening, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. We have some breaking news. So, not too long ago, Derek Chauvin was sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison for the murder of George Floyd. And I'm just gonna read the reporting. So, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has been sentenced to 270 months or 22 and a half years in the murder of George Floyd last year. Chauvin, 45, was expected to serve about 15 years behind bars. And I don't know if I'm saying this right, but the Hennepin County Judge, Peter Cahill, said the sentence was not based on emotion or sympathy, but said we need to recognize the pain of the George Floyd family. In a memorandum opinion regarding his sentencing order, Cahill said two of the aggravating factors were at play, and that Chauvin abused his trust and authority and acted with particular cruelty toward Floyd. And during the sentencing, which I saw on the television earlier today, which I seen Chauvin actually speak for the first time, offering his condolences to the family, but he did not apologize for his actions though, and said he was unable to speak further on the case because of the further litigation that was in process. Also, what I also seen toward the end was Chauvin's mother spoke at the hearing, which was the first family member who was to speak on the behalf of Derek Chauvin's behalf, and also George Floyd's daughter, Gianna, who is 7 years old. His nephew and brothers also offered comment during the hearing to give Chauvin the maximum sentence. And the sad part about it is the daughter. I'm pretty much aware that she's not aware of what's pretty much going on, and all of this is really she's gonna grow up without a father, and I think it's important that she actually said a couple of things toward the end when the sentencing was being announced. And also, Chauvin much actually registered as a predatory offender, give DNA samples according to the memo. And Derek Chauvin, the greediest infliction of pain and psychological cruelty justify an upward sentencing departure. And Cahill wrote nothing, noting that Chauvin, who also acted while imbued with the authority of the state, has also abused his power. I'm just reading what the judge was pretty much saying, and the judge Cahill also found that Chauvin's conduct was significantly more serious than a typical crime of a second-degree murder. Chauvin pretty much treated Floyd with cruelty, as we've seen in the video during the trial, and he pretty much didn't do anything when Floyd was pleading for life and begging for his life, actually. And Cahill, the judge, concluded in his memorandum that Chauvin treated Floyd without respect and denied him dignity, and owed all human beings, which had certainly have been extended to a friend or neighbor, which is why the 270 months is an appropriate sentence according to the judge. So, and I'm not going to go ahead and read the rest. Rev Alshon said it's not justice. So, and Minnesota Attorney General calls on lawmakers to pass the George Floyd and Policing Act, and the list goes on. But there's a lot of things going on. But the Floyd family is calling for a much tougher sentence now. Yes, they are not gonna get George Floyd back, but I'm glad that there was some accountability here, because this is a good step in the right direction. If this was like years ago, decades ago, if a police officer did this and abusing his power, kneeling on someone's neck for this amount of minutes, have no regard to human life, they would have walked out free. They wouldn't have had the slap on the wrist. And that's why we need to really get rid of this, qualified immunity crap, because this should not be, inherited within the police departments across America. I think everybody should be held accountable for their actions, and there shouldn't be no slap on the wrist. There shouldn't be, qualified immunity. After a police officer does this, they do that. So I really think they should be held accountable. And this is a good step in the right direction, so I'm glad something was done. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out if you're new. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. Other than that, stay healthy, stay blessed. We out.